We get Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham back tomorrow, but we lose somebody. Players has been going down left and right. Seems like every week somebody else leaving for whatever reason, due to injury or personal reason. But I'm here to tell you, we have another situation and another player that will not be playing tomorrow.
The Indiana Fever's season just took another devastating blow, and fans across the nation are holding their breath as yet another star player has been ruled out of tomorrow's crucial matchup. What started as hope with Caitlin Clark's triumphant return has quickly turned to heartbreak as the Fever organization faces yet another crushing setback that could derail their championship aspirations. Just when we thought the storm clouds were clearing, just when we believed the basketball gods were finally smiling down on Indianapolis, another thunderbolt struck the heart of this organization. The name that's been whispered in locker rooms, discussed in hushed tones by reporters, and feared by every Fever fan has finally been confirmed. DeWanna Bonner, the rising star who has been nothing short of spectacular this season, will not be taking the court Saturday. The news broke like wildfire across social media, with Chloe Peterson being the first to report what would send shockwaves through the WNBA community. No surprises on the Fever's availability report. It only includes DeWanna Bonner, who is not with the team for personal reasons. Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham are not listed. DeWanna Bonner, listed as out for personal reasons, joins what feels like an endless parade of sideline talent that has plagued the Indiana Fever throughout this tumultuous season.
Yeah, I mean, I think she's doing as well as she can be. We're going to continue to support her and giving her the time that she needs. I don't anticipate her being here tomorrow, and we'll just, with her right now, it's supporting her and giving her what she needs and taking it one day at a time.
This isn't just another injury report. This isn't just another routine absence. This is a pattern that's becoming all too familiar and all too painful for a franchise desperately trying to find its footing. Week after week, we've watched this team get stripped down to its bare bones. Week after week, we've seen promising momentum come to a screeching halt as key pieces of the puzzle disappear from the lineup. The Indiana Fever has become a masterclass in adversity, but even the strongest foundations can only withstand so much pressure before they begin to crack. DeWanna Bonner wasn't supposed to be just another name on the injury report. She was supposed to be part of the solution, part of the core that would carry this franchise forward. Her performances this season have been nothing short of inspirational, showcasing the kind of heart and determination that makes champions. When the lights got brightest, when the pressure mounted, when her teammates needed her most, DeWanna Bonner stepped up and delivered. She's been balling, as they say in the streets, bringing an energy and intensity that has lifted not just her own game, but the entire team around her.
That is not great. That is really, really not great. Like, we are looking at an Indiana Fever team who are going to struggle.
The timing couldn't be more devastating. Tomorrow's matchup against the New York Liberty isn't just another game on the schedule. It's a statement game, a nationally televised showcase that could define the trajectory of the Fever season. The Liberty, with their star-studded lineups and championship aspirations, represent everything the Fever is trying to become. This was supposed to be the game where Indianapolis showed the world they belong in the conversation with the league's elite. Instead, they'll take the court undermanned once again, forced to dig deeper into their reserves, forced to ask players to step into roles they may not be ready for, forced to prove that heart and determination can overcome talent and depth. It's a David versus Goliath scenario, but even David had his stone and sling. What weapons does this depleted Fever roster have left in their arsenal?
We now look at a situation where they're missing Bonner. A positive is they have Sophie Cunningham back. Can Sophie Cunningham guard Stewie? I don't think so. Because Natasha Howard can't. Aaliyah Boston actually did an okay job of it.
The cruel irony of this situation isn't lost on anyone paying attention. Just as Caitlin Clark makes her highly anticipated return from injury, just as the franchise's cornerstone prepares to reclaim her throne as one of the league's most electrifying players, another pillar of the organization crumbles. It's as if fate itself is testing the resolve of everyone associated with this franchise, asking the ultimate question: how much can you endure before you break?
Again, this is a DeWanna Bonner game. This is a DeWanna Bonner game. Like, this is one of those games where you're looking and you're saying, okay, even though she's not shooting well, even though she's not creating her own shot, even though there's been a lot of negatives to DeWanna Bonner this season, it is clear that DeWanna Bonner in this specific game gives you so much on the defensive end in terms of vet leadership. And if Jonquel Jones plays, I don't Like, it's going to be extremely tough for the Fever to win this game.
Caitlin Clark's return should be the story dominating headlines today. After weeks of rehabilitation, after countless hours of treatment and recovery, after the agony of watching from the sidelines as her teammates battled without their floor, Clark is ready to reclaim her position as the heart and soul of this team. Her press conference revealed a player who has used her time away not just to heal physically, but to grow mentally and emotionally.
Yeah, it was certainly a learning opportunity, and I think it's going to benefit me, a lot throughout my career, just falling back and understanding, certain moments like this. But I'm super, super excited. I'm antsy to get out there and probably shake off a little bit of rust and play.
But even Clark's triumphant return feels bittersweet in the shadow of Bonner's absence. It's the classic case of one step forward, two steps back that has defined this season. Just when momentum builds, just when hope starts to flourish, another setback reminds everyone that this journey was never going to be easy. Sophie Cunningham's return adds another layer of complexity to this narrative, having multiple players. Return from various absences should be cause for celebration, should signal the beginning of the Fever's climb back to full strength. Instead, it highlights just how decimated this roster has become, how many different players have been forced to miss time, how the constant shuffling of lineups has prevented any real chemistry from developing. The personal nature of Bonner's absence adds an element of mystery and concern that transcends basketball. When injuries occur, there's a clear timeline for return, a rehabilitation process to follow, a light at the end of the tunnel that everyone can see. Personal reasons are different, they're private, they're unpredictable, and they remind everyone that these athletes are human beings first, basketball players second. Whatever DeWanna Bonner is dealing with away from basketball deserves respect and privacy. The speculation and rumors that inevitably follow such announcements serve no purpose other than to satisfy curiosity at the expense of someone's personal struggles. What matters is that she knows she has the support of her teammates, her organization, and the fans who have watched her grow into the player she's become. The Liberty, led by Breanna Stewart and their deep, talented roster, don't show any mercy. They understand that injuries and absences are part of the game, that every team must deal with adversity. They'll come to Indianapolis ready to take advantage of any weakness, ready to exploit any gap in the Fever's armor. This is professional basketball at its highest level, where compassion ends when the opening tip is thrown. For Fever fans, this latest development tests the very definition of loyalty. How many setbacks can you endure before hope turns to resignation? How many times can you convince yourself that next week will be different, that the injury bug will finally move on to torment some other franchise? The emotional toll of following a team through such turbulence cannot be underestimated. The remaining players on this roster face the ultimate test of character. When rosters are full and everyone is healthy, basketball can feel routine. It's in moments like these, when everything seems stacked against you, when the easy excuse is readily available, that true champions are forged. Lexi Hull, Nalissa Smith, Aaliyah Boston, and the rest of the supporting cast now have an opportunity to write their own chapters in this ongoing story. Sometimes the most memorable performances come from unexpected places, from players who rise to meet moments that seem too big for them. The coaching staff, led by Christy Sides, faces their own moment of truth. How do you maintain team morale when setbacks seem to outnumber successes? How do you keep players focused on the task at hand when the roster feels like it's built on quicksand? How do you project confidence to your team when privately you're wondering what else could possibly go wrong? These are the challenges that separate good coaches from great ones. The ability to adapt, to find solutions where others see only problems, to extract maximum effort from whatever resources are available. Sides has shown flashes of brilliance this season, and tomorrow night presents another opportunity to demonstrate that she's the right leader for this franchise's future. The broader implications of this situation extend beyond just this game. The Commissioner's Cup standings, playoff positioning, and long-term team chemistry all hang in the balance. Each game missed by key players isn't just about that single contest. It's about the cumulative effect of missed opportunities, lost momentum, and stunted development. Young players who might have benefited from playing alongside veterans are instead thrust into situations they're not ready for. Offensive systems that require specific skill sets can't be properly implemented when those skills aren't available. Defensive schemes built around particular players must be constantly adjusted and readjusted as personnel changes. The front office, led by General Manager Lynn Dunn, must be watching these developments with a mixture of concern and determination. Building a championship caliber roster is challenging enough when everyone stays healthy. When injuries and personal issues create constant roster turnover, even the best laid plans can quickly unravel. The decisions made in the coming weeks and months will determine whether this season's adversity becomes a foundation for future success or a cautionary tale about the fragility of professional sports. Media coverage of the Fever has reflected the emotional roller coaster that fans have experienced. One day brings optimism and hope, the next brings setbacks and disappointment. The narrative arc of this season reads like a drama series, with plot twists and character development that no screenwriter could have imagined. The national attention that follows Caitlin Clark wherever she goes ensures that every Fever storyline receives scrutiny typically reserved for championship contenders. This spotlight can be both a blessing and a curse, bringing exposure and excitement, while also amplifying every setback and disappointment. The absence of DeWanna Bonner, combined with the return of Caitlin Clark, creates a narrative tension that will captivate viewers from the opening tip. Can the returning superstar single-handedly overcome the loss of another key contributor? Can the supporting cast rise to meet the moment? Can the coaching staff devise a game plan that maximizes their available talent while minimizing their obvious weaknesses? These questions are answered on the court, where preparation meets opportunity, where strategy confronts reality, where the theoretical becomes tangible. The beauty of sports lies in its unpredictability, in its ability to surprise and inspire even when circumstances seem dire. As tip-off approached, one thing remained certain: the Indiana Fever took the court with the same determination and pride that has defined this organization throughout its history. Players will be missing, challenges will be overwhelming, and odds will be stacked against them. But they'll compete with the heart of champions, play with the soul of warriors, and fight with the spirit of those who refuse to surrender. The story of DeWanna Bonner's absence is just one chapter in what promises to be an epic tale of resilience, determination, and the unbreakable bond between a team and its city. Tomorrow night, another chapter will be written. The question isn't whether it will be easy or comfortable or predictable. The question is whether it will be memorable, inspiring, and worthy of the sacrifices made by everyone who bleeds Indiana Fever gold. Subscribe, share, and stand with us. Drop your thoughts below. Can Caitlin Clark carry this team to greatness? Can the Fever keep this fire burning?